Hi, I'm DebDedrick, high performance life and business coach, here with your tip for the day: how to incorporate lean into your daily life and business, and why you should implement lean. Well, if you want to start with a definition of lean, which is pursuing radical and incremental improvements by implementing techniques that allow you to eliminate waste and clutter. And when you do that, you increase your productivity, you save time, and you often save money. And so let's talk about how we're going to do that. So you already some of the benefits, right? We talked about decreased clutter, more organization, more productivity. How often have you looked around your house, for instance, and spent half an hour looking for your keys, right? You've lost your keys. What about if you work on a manufacturing plant like I do? How often have you put something somewhere, and since you didn't have it in this spot where you remembered it, you'd spend hours looking around for that? I've seen my guys spend like half an hour at a time looking for a little drill bit, right? And then because we have so many drill bits, which drill bit are we going to use? So there's another reason, just to help save time there. So number one, and I love lean, okay? We've been working on this little journey now for a couple years, and we've had Purdue working with us, and that's probably the biggest thing. You need to get a buy-in, and often it requires a change agent, somebody that will support you, because a lot of times people really resist change and they don't want to do it. But once you're able to get a buy-in, usually with a change agent, like Purdue for us, maybe for you it'd be an outside consultant, or maybe it would be your husband if you are dealing with your children and they're not keeping their rooms leaned up. Whatever it is for you, kind of think through how you can apply this lean and why it would work so well for you. I think for my story, if I could go back and eliminate all the stuff I've bought, all the programs, all the courses, all the clothes, bad, all the shoes, oh my gosh, I would have so much more money. I would have so much less clutter. I like the money one the best. I keep telling my kids, don't make the same mistakes I did. You don't need all that stuff. We do not need all the stuff that we think we need. So there's another reason, you could save so much money. So you decide to make lean. You're going to incorporate lean into your life and business. So you're going to begin with a vision. We're going to start with getting a buy-in and getting agreement. Now, one of the biggest failures of lean in any implementation is you try to take on too much. We want to go back, reverse engineer it, and start with just 2 or 3 things. And that way you can do the easy things first. You can see the benefit, and you get a buy-in, and you get a little momentum, and it doesn't become this huge thing that you're overwhelmed with. Then when you've done that and you've decided what you're going to do, and you're going to, this is a fun one, designate the people, the team, and the resources that you need to implement this lean process into your life, your home or at work. You've got to get people helping you. You can't do it all on your own, and you can't make people do things unless you make it a policy deployment. So at work, I would say this is going to be our policy, and this is what we're going to be working for. 5S, that's one of the things that we've been doing, which is kind of like lean, getting rid of sorting and getting rid of all the clutter. So once you've designated the people and the resources, then you're going to establish, this is fine, numerical targets to be achieved by a given point in time. That's setting goals, and it's setting deadlines, and it's making people accountable. And that is how you begin to implement lean. And going back over, why do we want to implement lean? Well, just with the few examples I gave you, let's, for instance, say that you're at home and you want to wear a certain pair of shoes, and you can't remember where you put those shoes. Which closet did you put it in? Well, you probably spend a half an hour just looking for the shoes, where if you had eliminated all the clutter, all the shoes that you no longer wear, and you only have maybe 5 or 6 pairs. I know that sounds horrifying, and I don't know if I could ever achieve that myself, but then you can you can keep it in a little compartmentalized space, and you can keep them there, and you can just go there and you can get those shoes, and you're not spending hours or half hours or whatever searching for those shoes. Or in my office, for instance, in your office, I haven't gone completely paperless. I wish I could say that, but I've started throwing away excess papers that I don't need anymore. Shred them and get rid of them. Maybe it's leaning up your computer hard drive. You know, how many excess files do you have? How many duplicate files do you have? Those things all cost you time when you're searching for a file and you don't have an organized file system on your computer. All of those things cost you time, cost you money, and cost you lost opportunities. So thank you so much for joining me today on how to lean up and why you should lean up your enterprise. I hope these tips help you. If they help you, please share them with a friend. And until my next tip, go out in the world and be a positive role model and influencer for good. Thanks again. Peace and love. God bless.